is Kelly Davis, your host of the Untold Miracles podcast, and today I get to interview an amazing woman who uses her platform to create miracles in the world. She is a supermodel and Victoria's Secret angel who is on the cover of the Sports Illustrated's 50th anniversary issue. She appeared in Glamour, Vogue, Marie Claire, and many others, and partners with amazing brands all over the world. She's also a wife and a mother to 2 kids, and what I appreciate about her the most is she is kind and she uses her voice for good. Please welcome to the podcast, Lily Aldridge.
Hi.
Hi, Lily. Before we start, I just want to thank you for your support of Children's Miracle Network hospitals. When we first met at the Children's Hospital in Nashville, Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt last year, you were able to just spend some amazing time with these kiddos and help us raise funds and bring awareness to our organization, and I'm just so grateful for that.
Oh my gosh, it was such a pleasure to be there. Anything I could do for you guys always is something I feel very honored to be a part of. So thank you for having me.
Well, we were in Seacrest Studios and we had several miracle kids in the room, and you taught them how to walk the runway.
You know, the kids at Vanderbilt Children's Hospital are just full of hope and love and just laughing, and seeing kids laughing and walking the runway with me and seeing their beautiful personalities shine is just what life is all about.
I love that you've taught your adorable daughter, Dixie, to give back at a really young age, and she has actually personally raised funds for the hospital in Nashville. Can you tell me more about that?
Yes, my daughter's Daisy troop raised money from, Girl Scout cookies, and the troop leader said, what do you guys want to do with the money? You get to, half the money will go to like a field trip for the girls, and half the money was going to go to a charity. And all the little girls voted for Vanderbilt Children's Hospital, and they came personally to the Seacrest Studios and did an interview on air, which they were so excited about, and they gave their check to the hospital, and I thought that was just such an important moment in my daughter's life, learning about giving back and how good that makes you feel, and seeing their proud faces. They worked really hard for that money, and seeing it go to a good cause was something that I'm sure every parent would be very proud of.
Last year as a network, we raised $409 million, but that's because of individuals like your daughter who were willing to give back and go in and give that money to the hospital. So that money helped make up that $409 million, and we're very grateful for that.
Well, that's what I always say to people. I'm like, every dollar counts. When you see celebrities giving huge donations, you're like, God, I could never do that. Like, every dollar that somebody donates, if all of America donated $1, that's a huge amount of money that will affect so many people and so many lives.
Yes, well, we're very grateful for your support. Well, Lily, I want to talk about where your love for modeling and fashion began.
My sister, Aldridge, was a really big model in the 90s, and my brother Miles is a very big fashion photographer, so I was always kind of around it as a child, and I never thought I was going to be a model. I thought I was such a tomboy. I thought I was going to be a soccer player. I really thought I was going to be like the next Mia Hamm, who was like my idol growing up. But around when I started becoming a teenager, people started telling me I should be a model, and I started trying it, and the rest is history. And I'm so grateful for it because it's such a great job, and I love being able to use my platform for good and raising awareness for people like you guys, and giving back and trying to teach other people about the things that are important to me.
I know that you use your platform for good. We're so grateful. You continually say yes to me when I reach out for support, and it means the world, because really the awareness that we raise really results in fundraising dollars. Like, it's just the way it works. And so any little thing you do for us matters, and it means dollars. But I know you started when you were 16, and at 17 you were on the cover of Spanish Vogue. What was that like?
Honestly, I didn't realize how... I was so young, I didn't realize just how incredible it is to be 17 and on the cover of Vogue. And now I'm looking back, I'm like, I'm so proud of the things I've been able to accomplish in my career. As you said, like being on the cover of Sports Illustrated, being a Victoria's Secret model, those are all things that people told me as a younger girl that I would never accomplish. And I kind of did all of those things. I really set my mind to it and worked hard, and I got to accomplish things that a lot of people didn't think I'd be able to. So, it's kind of a reminder to me that never let people to tell you can't do something, because if you are dedicated and have heart and believe in yourself, you really can do anything.
I know you struggled to find work in the beginning. I read an article where it said you weren't cool enough, like you were more commercial. How were you able to deal with maybe some of that self-doubt?
Also, before I got Sports Illustrated or Victoria's Secret, a lot of people told me I wasn't sexy enough to get that. I didn't let anybody put those beliefs on me. I knew what I could do and what I was capable of. And with high fashion as well, there was a time when if you were really commercial and you were doing more commercial brands, high fashion wouldn't book you. And I've also been able to get some of the most high fashion things that a lot of people also didn't think I'd be able to get, just by believing in myself. And I truly, truly know that. Like, I never let people's doubts affect what I thought I was capable of. And it's something I try to teach my daughter every day, is if you work hard and you believe in yourself, you can really manifest incredible things in your life.
I think some of the hardest part of that is deciding what we want to do. But once we know what that is, then, we can do anything. It's just deciding what it is. I know in 2009, you walked in your first Victoria's Secret fashion show. And then, as you mentioned, you got your wings in 2010. Did you have that in your wildest dreams of being a Victoria's Secret angel?
In my wildest dreams, yes. In my wildest dreams. But honestly, I grew up such a big fan of Victoria's Secret. I grew up with just thinking Giselle hung the moon, and just, could not imagine ever being on the same runway as her, or the Heidi Klums, Tyra Banks, just these larger than life, incredible women. So to be able to walk the Victoria's Secret runway and get to wear wings, it was just, an incredible dream come true, for sure. And then to be able to give back and raise awareness for things that you believe in is a huge gift that comes along with being somebody like a Victoria's Secret angel.
I know in 2015 you wore a $2 million bra called the Firework.
Yes.
What did that feel like?
That was incredible. That was also a dream in itself, to be able to wear the fantasy bra. It's so fun and exciting, and you just can't believe of all the people, all the girls that you were chosen for such a, big honor. I'll never forget it. I was crying literally the whole time backstage.
Well, I love that last year you walked the runway in Brandon Maxwell's fashion show while you were 5 months pregnant. And I just think that's so empowering for women. Did you expect to work as much when you were pregnant? And what's that like?
I think the modeling world is changing in a really wonderful way. It's becoming less about being this perfect cookie cutter image and becoming more about diversity and body shapes and personality and inner beauty and stuff, which I think is so important. And to be able to work pregnant, when I was pregnant the first time, my work really stopped at 3 months pregnant. People were like, okay, goodbye, see you later, Lily. And, so I just kind of thought it was going to be like that, even though when I was pregnant with Dixie, I remember being like, this is the time to shoot me. I look so beautiful. I'm carrying life.
And there's a special glow, too.
Yes, and you just feel, at least from, when I was pregnant, I just felt so beautiful and so empowered and womanly, and I just love it. So when I was pregnant this time, Brandon invited me to walk the runway, and I can't express, I have goosebumps just talking about it, just how empowered and beautiful I felt, and how encouraged I felt by all the other women backstage, and the women in the audience were cheering me on as I was walking, because it's not typical to walk pregnant, and it was really embraced by everybody, and it felt just like a beautiful moment. And I worked for Ralph Lauren till about 8 months pregnant. They wanted to continue shooting me throughout my whole pregnancy. I worked for Vogue 8 months pregnant, and it felt great. It felt really important, and I felt really honored to be able to do that, because it's a beautiful time in a woman's life.
I love that. Thanks for sharing. Well, you are a mom to 2 amazing kiddos. I want to know what your favorite part of being a mom is.
Everything. I just love being a mom so much. Yesterday I went to my daughter's school, and she had her almost birthday party, because it's about to be summer, and she's a summer, kid. And just to see all these little kids, they did this rock celebration where all the kids passed this rock around for Dixie, and they put a wish for her in it. And I literally was watching all these sweet kids, I was like crying in the circle. I was like, this is so cool. And just to see her proud little face when she got her rock, and like just those little things that happen when you see your kids happy, or, my son is cooing at me and he's like hitting the little ball on his little play gym, and I'm like, she's a genius. He hit the ball. He sees the ball. It's just like little things like that you get to experience every day that are so special and so important.
What is the biggest challenge for you being a working mom?
Being a working mom, it's just missing those little moments. I love working. It's such a big, important part of my life, and I love, being that example for my daughter and for my son, and, being a working woman. But, any second away from your kids, you just miss them. So it's a balancing act.
Yeah. I don't have children, so I can't imagine how hard that would be to be a working mom. But I know there's so many millions of women in this country that are every day trying to find what that balance looks like, and really just, appreciating the moments that they do have with their children. What would be one of the most challenging parts of being a model that most people wouldn't realize?
Just traveling. You're traveling all the time. And I've based my roots in Nashville, so most of my work is traveling. So I think just traveling. But then also one of my favorite things about my job is traveling, because I love to travel the world. And I'm lucky enough that my daughter has been such a great partner with me traveling the world, and I hope to bring Winston around the world too. So yeah, my favorite part about it and my least favorite part would be traveling.
I know you've talked about online, you've had some trolling. How have you dealt with that?
Trolling, I've tried not to read comments. I've realized that there will always be people that love you, and there will always be people that don't love you, and that is okay. Online bullying is a really big problem, especially for this younger generation coming up, and I hope somehow we can figure out a way of controlling it, or teaching the younger generation how hurtful words are that are written, how easy it is to write hurtful things when you can't see the person, but how impactful and how hurtful that really is.
So we have 10 million kids that are treated each year at our hospitals, and a lot of them face bullying because they look different. They might have a physical deformity or, something from a rare illness or disease. And this week I was in Phoenix at our children's hospital with one of those kids, and he was born without an ear passage or a jaw, and he looks different. And he was just sharing how, it's dehumanizing when you're in public and people stare and point. I don't think people realize the impact that it has.
Yeah, of course.
When they do it. And if people just understood, obviously we know suicides are coming from it, but it's just unfortunate.
I think it's about raising awareness for bullying and teaching the younger children. Something I always tell my daughter, and she knows very well, it doesn't matter what people look like. It doesn't matter where people come from. It doesn't matter what language people speak. We're all the same. That's something I always try to instill in my daughter, that looks aren't important, not to judge people, and just to know that we're all humans and we all deserve love and respect.
In 2010, you met the Kings of Leon front singer, Caleb, and you got married in 2011. Was it love at first sight?
It was.
Was it really?
It really was. Caleb was the first person I've ever met that I always knew I was going to see him again. Usually when you're with a guy, and you're like really want to get somebody's number, or you just anxious to keep that connection going. I always was like, I'm going to see him again. I don't know why, but I don't feel like I need to stay here. This isn't the moment that we're going to exchange numbers, but I'm going to see him again, and I know he likes me, and I like him. It's going to be fine. And we just celebrated 8 years of marriage. This
congratulations.
Weekend. I know. I'm not old enough to be married for it yet.
Nice. Well, I know, Lily, we don't have much time left, but I do have a couple quick fire questions for you before we end.
Yes, ask away.
Okay, favorite city you've ever traveled to?
Ooh, that is so good. My favorite city I've ever traveled to? Gosh, London. That wasn't very quick.
Okay, favorite book you like to read to your kids?
Harry Potter.
Favorite rock concert you've ever been to?
In Leon, of course.
I was figuring that would be your answer. That was a test. Favorite museum?
The New York History Museum. Natural History Museum in New York.
Your most embarrassing moment on the runway?
Victoria's Secret fashion show. When I first got my wings, I kicked a balloon and I almost face planted onto the runway, but I didn't. But it almost happened.
And this was live?
It was live, yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. Motto that you like to live by?
Motto that I like to live by: treat others the way you'd like to be treated.
Favorite guilty pleasure?
Favorite guilty pleasure: I love some reality television.
Do you want to give us specifics or just all reality?
I love the Beverly Hills Housewives.
Okay. What do you know for sure?
What do I know for sure?
Mm-hmm.
That giving back is the best feeling in the world, and nothing will make you feel more fulfilled than making somebody else's day.
That's so good. Okay, the last question, and I ask this to all of my guests. If there were 3 miracles that you could create in the world today, what would that look like for you?
That every kid would be happy, healthy, and safe.
Can you imagine if that was our world?
It would be a beautiful, beautiful thing that should be the way the world is.
Thank you so much for what you do to help Children's Miracle Network hospitals provide that for our children. We really are so grateful for what you do, and we look forward to more opportunities to continue to work together. And I'm so grateful for your time today, and I hope you have an amazing day.
And I'm so grateful for you guys. Thank you.
May is for Miracles at Costco. Throughout May, members can help kids treated at their local CMN hospital by purchasing a miracle balloon at any register. You can also recognize the wonderful military personnel during Memorial Day by buying a balloon in their honor. All donations will help kids in your community live better. Thank you.